What's up? You are now listening to Americanized, a storytelling podcast where you'll hear from eclectic first and second generation Americans share their stories and real life experiences as children of immigrants. Hey, this is Roslyn. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Americanized. In this episode, I chat with my second cousin Desiree, who lives in Côte d'Ivoire, and I hesitate to label him because, like many other African families, my family is huge and I don't know who is who sometimes, I forget. Desiree will say that I am his niece and he's my uncle, but technically I believe we are just second cousins. Desiree is a bilingual tour guide, so in this episode, Desiree shares the true story and history of our home country, Côte d'Ivoire. Stay tuned.
I'm Nehin from Ivory Coast. I'm a tour guide now. After I graduated from my bachelor's degree, I try to be now a tour guide. So I let someone to discover my country.
Cool. And what inspired you to become a tour guide?
So I can say that I have seen some guys who come to my country and they work without any guide. They don't know the story of my country. And so that's when I say that, I go, how about tell the story of my country to these visitors? That is why I try to become a tour guide to give or to explain some things to the visitors.
I love that. And in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, are there other tour guides who are Ivorian, like yourself?
Yeah. So my mentor is a tour guide. He's a doctor in the tourism. So I work with him, who gave the training to be tour guides, the formation. There are some tour guides, but they don't speak English. They only speak French. So I'm become now the tour guide to solve this problem, to be a bilingual tour guide. So the tour guide can speak French and English too. That is why I want to be.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. So you're multilingual, so you can connect with tourists from all over the world.
Yeah, right. But just two language. First, I speak my mother tongue, but they don't need it. My mother tongue, and I can see one of the local language here, like Malinke. I can speak it, but there are some visitors who try to speak this, who come from north of Ivory Coast, Mali and Burkina. They speak Malinke too. Sometimes I try to speak with them.
And where do most tourists come from to visit Ivory Coast?
They come from France. The first country is France because we are the colonizer. And the second maybe in US because there are many Ivorians in US. And when they are at the vacation, they come back to their country and they want to know their story. There are some who come to visit their parents here and they try to visit the country. They try to know the story of the country.
I remember when we were there 2 summers ago and you kind of gave us a tour and you brought us to the museum. That was a really cool experience.
Yeah, but as I can say at that time, I was not professional. So it's my knowledge from school, but now I'm the professional tour guide.
So when we come this summer, you can give us another tour, a professional tour.
Yeah, that's great. So that is why I asked you to look for some tourists who want to come to Ivory Coast, and you can say, I have the tour guide in Ivory Coast. If you want to visit Ivory Coast now, I can take you to Yamoussoukro, to Man, to Jacquesville, to Assini, to everywhere in Ivory Coast, Korogo.
You know a lot of places. What is your favorite place to visit?
Grand Bassam. Yeah, because now I spent 6 months in the museum, National Museum, Museum of Costume, if I can say that. So there I was a tour guide in the museum, a bilingual tour guide.
Oh, that's really cool. And your English is really good. Sounds really good.
I try to do my best.
You're taking classes, or how are you learning it?
I can say yes, but only videos and some groups in WhatsApp who I try to explain myself every day. Yeah.
So, what is the story of Ivory Coast?
A great question. First of all, I can say Ivory Coast was empty. There are no people in Ivory Coast. All the people come from different countries to Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast have 4 big groups. There are Akan people. Akan people come from Ghana to Ivory Coast. Akan people is the south, east, and the center of Ivory Coast. And there are Kru people come from Liberia, situated in the west of Ivory Coast. There are Mande come from Guinea to Ivory Coast, the maybe west center and north. And there are Wu come from north, maybe Burkina and Mali to Ivory Coast. So all are strange, I can say, forager in this country.
So it sounds like all the neighboring countries had some people come into Ivory Coast to kind of create the country.
Yeah. And when the French come for colonization in, I can say the European, because it's not the French at first, it was the Portuguese at first. The Portuguese coming in 1469, the Portuguese, so they make only trade. After the Portuguese, England, and the French come at last. And when they come in, the French make the colonization, and when they come in, they stay in Assini. Assini was the first, because in Assini there are the sea, there are ocean there. So they landing in Assini, and after Assini, they coming to Grand Bassam. So in Grand Bassam, they built all the fence, the colonial building, the first hospital of Ivory Coast, the first governor justice, everything is first there in Grand Bassam. And after they spent only 7 years in Grand Bassam due to the yellow fever. The yellow fever killed many white people, many white French. They killed many white French, and they left Grand Bassam to Akwesante. Akwesante was a small village, and Akwesante became now Benjerville in 1900. 1900, and Benjerville became the second capital of Ivory Coast. But Benjerville was far away from lagoon and ocean. So they left Benjerville to Abidjan, so to Plateau. Plateau is in the border of lagoon and ocean. So they come in here and they build Plateau. That is why Plateau is one of the beautiful, because they stay there, they live there like their country. They don't want to leave Ivory Coast. So when they come in here, it's not to leave Ivory Coast. It was yellow fever who killed many white people. That's why they left Ivory Coast. So when they come in, they want to stay like their country. I can say, unfortunately or fortunately, the yellow fever come to kill.
That's funny. What do you think Ivory Coast would have been like without colonization, without the influence of the French people?
Maybe one of the stronger countries like Ghana, because the England colonized Ghana, but they left Ghana quickly, and Ghana become now one of the power countries of Africa, like Nigeria. Now, the French in our country, we pay tax to the French every day. All the first product of maybe cacao and coffee, they sell to French. They sell it to French. So all our product go to the French people. So we pay tax to the French, and I can say we are not independent.
Yep, I was just gonna ask that. So, like, present day, currently we're still paying taxes to France?
Yeah, we pay tax. That is why the French don't want to leave the country. In Ghana, there are no England there. All the England go to their country, and they create their home currency. So here, the last president before this president, Laurent Gbagbo, tried to create our home currency, home coin, but the French didn't accept this, because the coin we use here is made in France, and they send us this, so we have to pay tax before getting our money from the country.
Wow, I didn't know that. So I know that we celebrate Independence Day on August 7th?
Yeah, 7 August. But I can say that is a joke. It's not the real independence. Because when the country had independence, you have to leave this country to make their home choice. But the French decide the president of the Ivory Coast. So if the Ivorian decide their home president, the French, is this, I can say this president don't make business with French, then they try to create war. They try to create maybe the trouble.
Wow, so I didn't know any of that, and it's really sad.
Yeah, it's sad, very sad.
Do you think that's part of why the government is so corrupt?
Yeah, that's why. Because when you see the governors, every decision come from the French. Every decision. When they want to build some things in here, they take credit from the French. Everything. And when the real Ivorian will be president, everything will be changed. But they don't want it. They don't want it.
What do you mean by the real Ivorian to be president?
Yeah, when I say the real Ivorian, he's the guys who born Ivorian, who have the Ivorian blood, who think like an Ivorian. Because when I say that this president is not the Ivorian, is not born Ivorian, so his think about is, how can you use these words? Intérêt. I don't know in English. He work only for him. It's not for the Ivorian people. So he think about him, only about him.
He's selfish.
Yeah, selfish. Yeah, all right.
Where was he born?
He's born in Burkina
Faso?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
And he studied in French. So when he's back to Ivory Coast, the first president, Ufue, Ufo is the first president, gave the permission to this guy to become an Ivorian. So these guys don't think like an Ivorian. There are no good politics about the school. The students come from the level 0 to level 6, don't know how to read. It's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. He don't know how to read, but he go to the another class. And when he's arrived in the college, they sack him.
Yeah, they're behind and delayed.
So, but at the past, when we were in the elementary school, if you don't know how to read, they don't let you to go to the another class. But now, if you don't know, we can go, but you don't look for the goodness of the people. You just take money from people.
All about money.
All about money. When if you are in the college, you have to pay maybe 16,000. 16,000 is not for your books. No, it's only for government. So there are a lot of students in the first, the college. There are a lot of students there. So they pay this, and after paying this, you have to pay your book, you have to pay the things, everything, your dress before going to school, everything's become every day expensive, and you don't think about it. You always take money, but it's very sad. This is our story, our real story.
That's really good information to know. Do you think there is anything that the Ivorian people can do to change the country?
Yeah. So we are waiting for this. We need a real Ivorian who had burned for the Ivorian people. And when this guy will become the president, everything will be changed.
Mm-hmm. And do you think do you feel like that could happen in the future?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm positive, maybe.
Yeah, you could be the president.
So I don't like this. If it's the choice of the people, I could be the president, but my real choice is not to be president, because I want to be the real president, but it's not the president for cheating. No, the real president who can change the things, who can take the things by the arm and change everything.
Right. You want to do it the right way.
Yeah, the right way, yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed what you heard. Be sure to catch more of Desiree's story in part 2, where he shares more about his life as a bilingual tour guide in Côte d'Ivoire. All original music produced by Stubborn Soul. Be sure to catch him on all music listening platforms at STBRNSAL.